Billin of Town Murf.
Top Billin.
Yo, rich people problems. I told you before the Seattle Seahawks may be one of these rare teams that have 3 franchise running backs. Now, I've talked up my man Kenny McIntosh since he was damn near in high school, covering him with my University of Georgia coverage. I said the Seahawks should draft this cat before they drafted him, months before they drafted him. And to me, now that he's getting his chance just in the preseason, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about with his skill set. Now, we'll go over this one right here, and this leads into something else that I wanted to make a point on right here, but this was absolutely cold. Look at this. You get that motion right there, then bang, look at the Laviska Shenault, then look at the speed, but then look at this, bang! Sent that man to Zombie Town. We're going to look at it one more time, full speed from this sideline angle right here, and then we'll break it down all the way down. Look at him get vertical, break one tackle, so look at him shoulder hands late, bang! He was done. Absolutely done. Cooked, right? So let's go back to this one right here. What I like about this play, y'all, obviously the motion. I'm really digging Ryan Grubb's motion series. I thought Shane Waldron had a pretty good motion series as well, so at least they'll be able to continue that there. You get that motion, right? What that does is that vacates this side, right? If they're in some type of man coverage, you're going to get lesser bodies in this side, and you have a run that's designed to go to the left side, right? Get vert up to the left side. You'll see zone flow across the board. Zone flow across the board. But what you'll get here is Laviska Shenault, my man Laviska Shenault, who is every bit what I tried to tell you guys, one of these savages. He's just a make it from scratch type guy, reverses, hitches, put him in the backfield, let him do all the dirty work type stuff, and he'll shine. He did that in the preseason for sure. He gets that cross formation block, and he absolutely nails it. Your boy Kenny McIntosh right off of that right there. Let's go through it slow, right? Like we do right about now. Right? Motion. Let me slow it down a little bit more. Motion. Now you see the zone right there? You get that double. Right? So you're getting the doubles at the point of attack. So that's absolutely perfect. Singled off right here, just like you would draw it up. But that also leaves a free hitter, an unmarked car as well. Be able to get some of these unmarked cars off of you. That's what you need if you're a Kenny McIntosh type, right? Look at this. One arm free. You're not going to ever tackle this man with one arm. It's not going to happen, dude. He's just too strong, too physical, and he has perfect contact balance. But look at this right here. What are we doing? This was absolutely perfect. Kind of played him. Looked like he kind of lulled him to sleep. And my man's thinking to himself, yeah, buddy, I got him, coach. He's not going to get that far. And bang, soon as it hit his sternum, he wasn't even prepared for it because my man showed the hands late. Look at it. Showed the hands late, bang, long arms of the law right into his sternum. He exited his consciousness immediately. He was done right there. So you see right there, his eyes did a 360 in the socket. He got sent to, where'd he go? Yeah, he got sent to Zombie Town, but you know we got to play that new hit right here, baby. Like a zombie, truck for the very last time. Like a zombie with no heartbeat. Y'all tripping? That joint climbing the charts too. Better get your Like a Zombie t-shirts when they're available. But right there, he was done. Exited his conscious. Look at that. You know you out on your feet when your feet keep running, but your brain is no longer catching the signals that are firing, right? Nerves, tendons, and everything like that. All them shit's just really not catching the signal. Bang, look at him. He fell and curled up into a zombie ball, right? And it was smooth sailing from there. Jake Bobo there celebrating and everything like that. Kenny McIntosh playing with them boys in preseason. Now, yes, it's just preseason. Kenny McIntosh has not ran against number 1 defenders and none of that. But what do? This is how you know somebody is good. They treat second and third stringers like they're second and third stringers. It looked really easy for Kenny McIntosh because he is a high caliber frontline player. If you're going against inferior competition, you have to make him look like inferior competition, and that's what he does. I have complete faith in this guy. And speaking of, right, all right, let's get to this right here. People aren't going to like it, but you know I don't give a damn what anybody thinks outside of my own self. Real quick, you know the regulars and all that. I'm going to focus right here on this running back position. You get, of course, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Kenny McIntosh, 3 running backs. That obviously does not include George Holani, who is a very talented player. There's no doubt about that. He is a very talented player, and the Seahawks getting him on the practice squad makes a ton of sense, especially if you're going to carry certain players at certain positions. They're extremely deep at running back. Like I said, 3 franchise running backs potentially for the Seattle Seahawks. So a 7th-round draft pick who, to me, is as talented as your 2 second-round draft picks. George Holani, one of these guys, I think, very talented as well. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Travis Homer. He's got a very similar style to a Travis Homer. I think he's got a good skill set. I thought Travis Homer was pretty well-rounded, just didn't have anything super special about him. But that dovetails into this point where I'm trying to have great vibes this season, baby, right? We're all out here, baby. We're all a family, right? At this particular point in time, man, if you a top billing villain, you rocking, you're family. What we don't need is people who love to come in here and try to compete with me for some odd reason, right? Like they want to steal my superpowers. They're like, if I compete with Murf and I debate him on goofy shit, I'll steal his superpowers and I'll be who he is and no longer who I am. It does not work that way, Jack. I'm solidified here. It's just not going to happen. So let's not talk about shit that doesn't pertain to me. I'm not a Seahawks fan. Who makes them roster and all that really does not matter to me. I cover whoever is on the team. So George Holani versus my man Kenny McIntosh for some reason was a thing for people. You even had this guy right here go a little bit too far with it on my Kenny McIntosh video from a week or 2 ago, and he was talking about I forget his first message I don't have here. It was pretty much like, I don't know. I believe they like George Holani better. And I kind of flippantly or maybe rhetorically asked, well, why do you think they like him better or whatever? So then he goes into this, as you can see right here. This cat said Mike McDonald has mentioned him several times when asked about McIntosh. Holani seems to fit Grubb's offense really well with the quick game stuff, which is funny to me because that's Kenny McIntosh's whole deal. People will take something that they hear from a third party. You're trusting everything that you know about football to somebody who may not know football. That's why I always say, that's why I asked that. It was really, I'm asking if he's judging that with his own eyes or from something that he heard. I didn't really care about the answer. That's why I said it was pretty rhetorical. I saw where they said he dropped a pass. And we saw in the game where he messed up a pass pro. But I also saw in the game where he got the most carries. So, and I know his skill set. He played for the University of Georgia. That's what they do. He did it against high-level competition. We saw him against Alabama, LSU, Florida, all these high-level teams, right? Not to mention the guys who they played in the playoffs these years. He played a lot of football in a lot of high-level competition. He's solidified, in my opinion, in what he can do with his skill set. Now, he has to do that at the next level, but I know the guy can catch. I've seen him catch millions of passes, right? So I know he could pick up pass pro, which he did. He had a good pass pro rep on a rep where Sam Howell, I believe, detached from the pocket. But that's beyond the fact. He says, I do like McIntosh, and I hope he makes the team, but I bet some stacks that Holani is definitely making the team. I bet some stacks that Holani is definitely making the team. So if this dude was a real man, what would he do? He would come up here, right, and shoot your boy some stacks, right? You see the PayPal, you see the Venmo, you see the Cash App. Shoot your boy some stacks because, yes, he indeed got cut. He definitely did not make the team. You put your stacks on it. Right? It shouldn't be about that. All these guys contribute to your team. Why are you battling against your own team? You've never heard of George Holani before he was a Seattle Seahawks undrafted free agent. Be real about the situation. You know what Kenny McIntosh can do. Or at the very least, you've heard me talk about it, which is why you would come on a Kenny McIntosh video flippantly dismissing him, betting stacks on somebody who you barely know because of something that you read. To me, man, that ain't the move, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not the move, Jack, but I believe George Holani would definitely eventually get his chance with the Seattle Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, right? If you're on someone's practice squad, they can poach you as well. So he'll get his chance in the league, I believe, right, to do his thing as well. But, man, you have to give Kenny McIntosh his credit. This guy was a 7th-round draft pick who was kept on an active roster even though he was hurt. They're letting you know what they think about his skill set. He didn't get a tote last year, but he was kept on the active roster. As someone who was coming out of camp hurt, who didn't play in the preseason. So that lets you know his skill set there. And once again, it looks like he will wrap camp on the active roster as a 7th-round draft pick. And that's also why grown men shouldn't go around being definitive about situations that they don't control, right? These cats be thinking they're the GM out this mama jumma. But anyway, listen, rich people problems again. So we see here really nothing out of the ordinary. It was another cat, though, that was really hounding me about D. Eskridge and was talking about how he was going to be a breakout player on the Seattle Seahawks, right? He definitely broke out, right? They broke his ass out the team. He got cut. And my man, Laviska Shenault, who I've been praising, I definitely got to do something on Laviska Shenault. That's my dude right there. Laviska Shenault made the team. You make it from scratch, guy. I'm telling you that right now. That's dope. And Derek Young, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to him. They kept 4 tight ends. A.J. Bonner, Farrell Brown, Noah Fant, Brady Russell. I want to see how that works out or if Farrell Brown isn't hurt or however that works out there. But, man, of course, Oluwatimi and all the guys there, pretty much everything looks like how it's supposed to look at offensive line, in my opinion. The only one that I see is looking at it. Yeah, I don't really see anything that to me that really jumps off the page. What jumps off the page to me, maybe some people will say Artie Burns, but I like the young cats that they have there, and those guys can learn from the other young cats that they have. They have a very young secondary. But, man, my boy Kayvon Wallace. Kayvon Wallace is my dude. I used to cover him when I covered the University of Clemson for an entire season. That dude is extremely physical. He makes for a very good player in a Mike McDonald scheme. I could see him definitely making his hay and making people know about him as a third safety behind Rayshawn Jenkins and Julian Love. And my boy Kobe Bryant. People were saying that he would get cut. He's still on there, right? But this designation right here, I talked about it yesterday. Linebacker, Draymond Jones. Linebacker, Draymond Jones, right? And he had some cats still talking about him at a 3 technique and whatever like that. I'm like, bro, he best fits as an edge player, especially now. That's probably why they felt the need or they had the cushion to send a guy like my man Darryl Taylor somewhere else if they were moving Draymond Jones out, because they have all the help they need on the inside. I mean, you can just look at it, right? Miles Adams, Mike Morris, he can play outside in as well. But, of course, Leo Williams, Jonathan Hankins, Jaron Reed, Byron Murphy. And then, of course, your man, I believe, is on the PUP list, Cam Young. So they're good on the inside there, man. This is a very good roster for someone to begin their coaching career with. There should be some really good stuff going on there. So, all right, you're going to have to go check my poll and participate in the poll in the community post. I'll put it up here sometime soon and let me know what you think about that. But only thing we don't know is how these guys will react to these new schemes when the bullets start flying and they really playing against top-level competition. And we just don't know if all these first-time coaches will be able to coach in sticky situations and some adverse situations. So I don't know. But let me know what you think, man. It's your boy. As always, Jersey Murf. Much love to everybody out there. Salute to all my people out on the West Coast, in the Midwest, East Coast, worldwide, right? You know how we do it, baby. Much love. All right. Salute.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.